Massive embarrassment after the name of its leader, N.A. Harris, and his son, Mohammad Nalapad, surfaced in the encroaching stormwater drains in Bengaluru. In that case, last week when rains had wreaked havoc in the IT city, the entire city was flooded. In fact, parts of the city was flooded. Mohammad Nalapad had staged a protest against the state government over poor infrastructure, but now the BBMP has listed him among 15 people who were engaged in encroachment. The civic body also carried out a demolition drive against the encroachers today. BBMP unleashed bulldozers on the illegal properties of Nalapad. However, they continue to remain defiant. They say they haven't got any notice prior to this and only want to speak to concerned authorities.
No, demolition drive is good. See, making Bangalore better, I also welcome that. But see, Nalapad Academy, they have not given any notice. From past 25 years, we have owned that property. There has never been any drain there. Suddenly they have come, they are telling there is a drain. See, at least basic is they should give some time, they should give a notice, they should do a joint survey, and then decide if it is there. We have not seen any drain there as long as I have been holding this property. If it is there, something was there or what was there, we don't know. So they should have given some time notice and then done all these things. But now they are doing, I don't know for what. I am talking to the concerned people.
Meanwhile, the BJP has vowed to take action against the accused irrespective of their political affiliations. Congress, on the other hand, has said that it should be probed which government gave permission for such construction to take place in the beginning.
Are you going to take action against officials? Against officials, are you going to take action?
Yeah, 100%. Anybody, small, big, no. Demolition for the Bangalore sake.
Sir, on
Bangalore sake.
Action against officials.
Everybody.
Irrespective of whose name crops up, whose building it is, there are two things that needs to be done. One, if it is illegal, go ahead with the resolve that you claim to have. Number two, also find out how these people got permission. Who were the thing, under whose regime it happened, whether it was Congress regime or BJP regime. Who gave them the permissions? How come the officials are going scot-free for this? And why is it that for the greed of few officials, for the greed of the governments, the people of Bengaluru should suffer?
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Sanju Verma continues with us. Tanveer Ahmed, national spokesperson of the JDS, also joins us, and Dr. Shankar Guha, leader of the Congress. This has to be awkward, Dr. Shankar Guha, that your party, which all this while has been campaigning against illegal construction, has been campaigning for the waterlogging that was seen in Bengaluru, one of your own leaders is involved in illegal construction that has contributed to that waterlogging.
No, I don't think there is anything embarrassing here. If he has done something wrong, evaluate it, take action against him. What is there to get embarrassed? If he has done something wrong, whoever it is, X, Y, Z, my party, their party, take action against them in the due process of law. Whatever is there in the prescribed process of law, please go ahead, take action. And just don't stop at that. There are so many more people who are involved. Give me 2 minutes time.
Yeah.
I will tell you. From 2010 onwards, the BJP has been in power in the BBMP. That's a total of 11 years now. So what has happened in the last 11 years is there to see in front of us. And this particular, as I talk to you, the rains are pouring again in Bangalore. Just given a brief stop off in the last 10 minutes. Between 2013 and 2018, when Sri Siddaramaiah was the chief minister, he marked more than 2,626 properties which had encroached, of which between 2015 and 2019, including 1 year and 4 months of the coalition government, we cleared more than 90% of the encroachments. Around 600 to 700 encroachments are still pending. Once the BJP government came to power, these things have stopped. Now, enough has been said as to what should be done, what has happened, what has not happened. We have seen Bangalore is totally crumbling. We have an MP who is busy marketing a dosa joint. We have another minister, the revenue minister, sleeping in the meeting, where such an important meeting is happening, along with the chief minister. So we are sick and tired. We have a fantastic plan for Bangalore. We want to set a positive narrative. We are going to the people. We are asking them what is happening. We have set out task force. We have set up an action plan committee. We have taken industry stakeholders. We have taken residents, everybody.
So let me just take the first part of what you have said to Sanju Verma. Why have you woken up today? Illegal construction, and lakhs of them, by the way, have been done across Bengaluru. Why did it take a flood for people to wake up, for the government to wake up?
Padmaja, first and foremost, let's be very clear that you're right, that what happened between September 4th and September 9th in Bangalore was not just a heavy rainfall. There was 927 mm of surplus rainfall in Bengaluru urban alone. We are not even talking of Bengaluru rural. The normal is between 138 to 200 mm of rainfall in 3 to 4 months. So having 927 mm of surplus rainfall is by any standards a natural catastrophe. I think the Bengaluru civic dispensation and state government under Basavaraj Bommai have done a stellar job, and I'll tell you why. Which are the main areas which have been flooded? These are Bommanahalli, Yelahanka, and of course Mahadevpura zone. And I want to ask the Congress, we have 100 corporators and councillors in the BBMP. How many does the Congress have? 76. For so many years, who was heading the Bangalore Development Authority and the Zilla Panchayats? Because any decision pertaining to removal of encroachments and rejuvenation of water bodies has to be done by the Standing Committee of BBMP. Who was heading the Standing Committee of BBMP for the longest time? Do you have an answer to that? I'm asking the Congress panelists. It was your party. And I want to say one very important thing, Padmaja, on your channel. Please, you had your say, let me finish.
You asked me a question, I am answering.
If you ask a question, let him answer. Shankar Goa, let him answer. Let him answer that question. Shankar Goa.
You finish. No, let her finish.
No, finish. Answer that question, Shankar Goa.
Let me finish. Please. Padmaja, let me please finish. I will just make a very short point.
Okay, go on.
The main reason why it has taken this long for encroachments to be weeded out is for the simple reason that each time the state government decides to do away with encroachments on water bodies and SWDs, that is stormwater drainages, there is a curative petition that is filed. The moment Basavaraj Bommai came to the helm of affairs, he decided that all the 672 illegal encroachments will be pulled down. What happened next? Most of these people got a curative petition filed and put the entire process on hold. So the point is that there have been too many push and pull factors. But the BBMP for the longest time, its standing committee was ruled by the Congress, and Congress needs to have an answer as to why encroachments were allowed in the first place.
Okay, Dr. Shankar Goa.
Licenses under Siddaramaiah.
Answer this. Why were licenses given?
2015.
Why were licenses given? Yes, Dr. Shankar
Let me
Goa.
make it very clear. In the last 11 years, the BJP is in power in the corporation. Now you're talking about the standing committee. How much power does the standing committee have? You know, I know. What can they do? Who's going to implement here? No, see, just putting the blame for the sake of it, and pointing fingers. Remember, when you are pointing one finger at me, 3 fingers are pointing back. No, please listen to me. No, if you are interrupting, if you are acting like, if you are interrupting every time in every show, then might as well you can single-handedly talk. Go ahead.
One at a time. Only Dr. Shankar Goa speaks now.
I will keep quiet. Let her continue, because she has this habit of always interfering into everything, just like the BJP. Please continue, madam. You talk. Single-handedly you finish. If you allow me to talk, I will talk.
Absolute lie.
Sanju Verma, okay, in that case, let me ask you a counter question. If the standing committee has all the power, how come today you have the power to remove encroachment? It's as simple as that. Today we had the minister, the revenue minister, saying that all the pending illegal constructions in Bengaluru will be raised like Noida Twin Towers by next monsoon. If you can say that today, you can say that 1 year ago also. You can say that 2 years ago also. You have the power to raise these illegal constructions. If you have that power today, you had that power 1 year ago also.
Padmaja, that's a very, very interesting question, and I will just say this to you, that the BJP government, even when Yediyurappa was the CM, had decided that illegal encroachments would be pulled down, but then we had the COVID pandemic, and ahead of the BBMP elections, which will now be held in August 2022, they've been delayed by 2 years. There was a delimitation exercise going on as well. So there were other elements which stalled the entire process. But my point is this: we have chosen to do very I'm talking of large IT companies, large IT parks which have reclaimed lake beds and made encroachments a routine affair.
Okay, Dr. Shankar Guha now.
Pulling it down.
No, I missed some parts of what she said, but whatever I heard towards the end, too little, too late, madam. It's too little, too late. As Padmaja asked you, today suddenly you have all the powers. Why are you hesitating to go back and conduct the BBMP elections? The city is running under without a head.
Once the delimitation exercise is over.
All that is over, madam. You are going on putting it in the court. You are just, you are playing the snake and ladder game. You are playing the snake and ladder game. See, basically, you don't have any answer. So you always deviate from the syllabus. Padmaja, anything out of the syllabus, they don't have an answer. You ask them something out of the syllabus, I will tell you. 80 Ramaswamy Commission, totally it earmarked 12,000 acres of encroached land, out of which our government cleared almost 10,000 acres. What happened after that when they came to power? Please go ahead and see 80 Ramaswamy Commission, they earmarked 12,000 acres of encroachment. More than 10,500 acres of land was cleared. And during Siddaramayaji's time, we have cleared more than 350 kilometers of Stainwater Dam encroachment.
Okay, great. Wonderful for that, sir. But that still doesn't explain why, while all of this encroachment was being cleared by you, it didn't strike you for a moment that your own leaders, including your youth Congress chief in the state, also have a massive building which is an encroachment.
See,
at some point, it's not like it's a small little building, that it's a one-bedroom flat. It's a massive building.
Let me reiterate to you, whether it is our youth Congress or main Congress, X, Y, Z, if somebody has violated and they stand to be punished under the course of the law. There is no second word on that. Nobody is protecting anyone. Conduct an inquiry into the due course of law, whatever is there, you take action against them. We are not suddenly one day morning, they realize that somebody else has done something wrong. And she said Mahadevpura, half of Mahadevpura is drowned. So who is in power in Mahadevpura? Who is the MLA there for such a long time? Who was a minister? What is he doing? He is very busy. He is so arrogant. His daughter is arrogant. So what is he doing?
Okay, Tanveer Ahmed. Tanveer Ahmed, is this a deep rot? And let's face it, politicians across the board are responsible. At least in Bengaluru, if you look at encroachments, if you look at some of the biggest buildings that have come up in the Lake District, it belongs to the biggest names of all your parties.
Padmaja, I think rather than my good friends from BJP and Congress, rather than putting blame on each other, we need to really put our head in shame and apologize to all those poor people who absolutely didn't know that this was a lake bed area and they constructed their houses and their houses are demolished today. We need to first apologize. And second thing, I can really tell to Sanju Verma, Yelahanka, I think Vishwanath is an MLA for last 3 terms. Madhevpura, BJP MLA for last 4 terms. You said RR Nagar, it's a BJP MLA for last 3 terms. Let us really not go on that part. Blaming is absolutely a very easy task. Today, all those big houses were small houses were demolished. Did they even dared entering Bagmane Tech Park? No. Did they even question the big IT companies? Absolutely no. I think who are you trying to fool on sitting on national television? And you are trying to say because of delimitation you didn't for some time, can you put your finger down, please, Sanju Verma? Always you can't really come with your bulldozer, please. And if at all you're going to get a person like this who's always bulldozing.
Okay, wait. Now again we'll start fighting each other on personal issues. You asked a specific question about 3 of their MLAs. Let her answer for those 3 MLAs.
I think at least for once she has to behave.
No personal. Answer for the 3 specific examples of your MLAs who sat on these encroachments. Sanju Verma.
Every time it becomes unruly only when Sanju Verma comes on the national television. It is a very serious debate. As a
okay, please, this is not about individuals. Let her answer for the 3 MLAs.
The loss amounts over 3,500 crores.
Can I please reduce everyone's audio? Let Sanju Verma answer.
Yes. There are 28 assembly seats in Bengaluru alone. And BJP last time won 11, the Congress got 13. Now for Tanveer Ahmed to sit here and say that Congress has no role to play and BJP is responsible for XYZ is actually a case of hallucinating. But I will ask one very interesting question which nobody seems to be, focusing on. Who owns EcoSpace, one of the biggest encroachers? Who owns Bagmane Tech Park? Who owns Mantri Tech Zone? Who owns Core Mind Software Services? Who owns Epsilon? Who owns Divyashri? All these IT park companies, big and small, let me tell you, they were given licenses in 2014 and 15. Who was the Chief Minister? Siddaramaiah. Which party does he belong to? The Congress. So Siddaramaiah has no accountability. You give licenses indiscriminately to people to set up an IT SEZ on a wetland which is actually supposed to be a floodplain to soak in the excess water. And then when the BJP decides to pull down encroachments, you have the audacity to sit here and give a bhashan to BJP.
Tanveer Ahmed, you are asking questions of BJP. Doesn't there culpability on the part of Congress in this?
I think I said all the political parties are responsible. There is no political party which is not responsible for the menace which is really created here in Bangalore. Can I really tell Sanju Verma how many places is owned by BJP leaders? I will name. I am a Kannadiga living in Bangalore from the time I was born. I know everything. I think rather than going and blaming Siddaramaiah is responsible, Kumaraswamy is responsible, or Bomma is responsible, let us really tell sorry, apologize to all the Kannadigas who are really in a sad state of life.
But you are sitting here and giving a bhashan to the...
All right. No, and it shouldn't stop at an apology. Every single person who has encroached on that land should be made to pay for the damage that has already been caused to the public and to public property, only so they could fill their own pockets. It shouldn't stop with an apology. Thanks very much, both gentlemen and Sanju Verma, for joining me.
The News Hour at 10 will be right back after the break.